What is the optical fiber named these days? The fiber optics. What is this fiber optics technology? Fiber optics or optical fibers are long, thin strands of carefully drawn glass about the diameter of a human hair. These strands are arranged in bundles called optical cables. We rely on them to transmit light signals over long distances. At the transmitting source, the light signals are encoded with data, the same data you see on the screen of the computer. So the optical fiber transmits data by light to a receiving end, where the light signal is decoded as data. Therefore, fiber optics is actually a transmission medium, a pipe to carry signals over long distances at very high speeds. What is fiber optics used for? Fiber optic cables were originally developed in 1950s for endoscopes. The purpose was to help doctors view the inside of the human patient without major surgery. In the 1960s, telephone engineers found a way to use the same technology to transmit and receive telephone calls at the speed of light. That is about 186,000 miles per second in a vacuum, but slows to about 2/3 of this speed in a cable. So what are the fiber optics used for? In a nutshell, for signal transmission, communication, and video vision. How do these fiber optics work? How do these optical fibers work? Light travels down a fiber optic cable by bouncing off the walls of the cable repeatedly. Each light particle, photon, bounces down the pipe with continued internal mirror light reflection. The light beam travels down the core of the cable. The core is the middle of the cable and the glass structure. The cladding is another layer of glass wrapped around the core. Cladding is there to keep the light signals inside the core. Types of fiber optic cable. What are these types? There are many types of fiber optic cables, often that end up in fiber optic cable assemblies to execute their function. These are the various types of the fiber optics, from the thinner one to the thicker one. Single and multi-mode fiber. Fiber optic cables carry light signals in modes. A mode is the path that the light beam follows when traveling down the fiber. There are single mode and multi-mode fiber cables. Single mode fiber is the simplest structure. It contains a very thin core and all signals travel straight down the middle without bouncing off the edges. Single mode fiber optic cables are typically used for CATV, internet, and telephone applications, where the signals are carried by single mode fibers wrapped into a bundle. Multi-mode fiber optic cables are used as patch cords or jumpers to interconnect data equipment. Micro T 10 times larger than a single mode cable. The light beams can travel through the core by following a variety of different paths or in multiple different modes. These cable types can only send data over short distances. Therefore, they are used among other applications for interconnecting computer networks.